Hello and welcome back to episode 5 of Hunt to Killer, the Moon Summit Mystery. Y'all pretty much know why you're here at this point already, but this is, of course, my amazing and lovely other half, Red Panda, aka Mrs. Strange. So, joining us as well. And let's see, so we've got episode 5, spoiler, right? So, spoiler alert up there somewhere, okay? There's a link up there. That will take you to the past episodes. If you have not seen those yet, I highly recommend you go check those out. If you're working on the case and maybe you're on a previous episode, then I would check those out first before getting caught up with episode 5. If you're watching that on YouTube, if you're joining us live, I completely understand. And there's a link right there in the chat for you. And then that link will be down below as well. I believe we put that down in the description for that as well. But what do we have going on? So again, spoiler warning. So this is
run
stuff
now,
for
forever
run
have
now.
it ruined.
Right. So where are we at?
We've ruled out 2 people. We have, I think, 3 left. We know it was a murder, and we also know the route the killer took from where he killed Toby, or they, not he or she, they killed Toby back to camp.
Okay. Yeah, so we don't know yet. We haven't eliminated enough suspects to narrow down a pool.
No.
So
we
have
3 contenders left.
3 contenders left. Okay. So, and then with only 2 contenders left after this episode,
Really?
I believe our looks like our goal for this episode is to eliminate a suspect. So when you have your answer, go to the contact page on the site, type your email address, but basically we would do is we would go through, be able to answer that email back and put who we think we need to eliminate this round and find out if we're right or not.
Nice.
So that's going to take us down to, for episode 6 in a couple weeks, that's going to take us down to 2 people. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy. That's different. That's very different. Okay.
Yeah, I think we've only had maybe one other case that we've done where it's done that, and we were a little worried because it was taking us down to 2, but even with 2 people left, we still were very much between the 2. So
far we've ruled out Nigel, who was in camp typing on his own computer, creating a report that he submitted every week, from what we can tell. Okay. And then we also ruled out Rusty, who got into a fight with a Canadian lynx. And it tore him up pretty good. And so he was bandaging his wounds when he realized Toby was missing.
Right.
So the people we still have left are...
So we only had 5 people, suspects at the beginning, right?
Yep.
So, yeah.
We got Conrad, the leader of the expedition. But then we also have Emma, she was the one that would go and protest, like the protester and wildlife. She's the crazy one who keeps writing all these things about this unexisting creature and all these plans to save it, even though they've not even found it yet. She's a little out there. And then Lillian, the drama queen, she likes the documentary stuff. She's very into trying to make this like a real world scenario, like, she's wanting to
add all the drama in behind the documentary.
For the juicy stuff,
Not trying to just stay straight to a documentary point.
No.
Right.
No. She's trying to basically manipulate the information to fit a narrative she's trying to create. With lots of conflict. So, hello? You joined us? She said to crash the party.
Oh, hi, pup. And then welcome in everybody. So I see Katie in the chat, so welcome, Katie. Thank you for being here. Welcome to anybody else hanging out as well. So we're gonna dive in. As usual, especially when we do these live, we could use all the help that we can get with a lot of these sometimes. So the more we encourage you to voice up, and if you have an idea or if you think something that we're looking at and maybe helping us with a cipher, or whether it's helping us just put some pieces of the puzzle together, we always encourage that. So feel free to come in, hang out while we're doing these live, and then be able to help us along with the case. So all right, so do you want to go over, or do you want to open up the evidence bag?
I think so. Let's see what we got.
Or our envelope, I should say, not an evidence bag, but envelope that contains some stuff in it. We'll go...
it has evidence, so I'll go with that.
Yeah, there we go. And so we'll get that right there. So we do have a couple bags of evidence here.
Oh, that's different. Okay. Fascinating. That's definitely a lower jawbone of something. Definitely, obviously, animal in nature.
So looks like that would probably be
feline jawbone.
Yep, feline bone. Okay, so that's number 8 on the list here.
Okay, so it was found while they were looking for him. Oh, it was in a tent in the lab. So this was actually found in their camp, apparently. So, okay. Well, it makes sense. I mean, if they're looking for the ghost links, they're going to be finding bones and trying to analyze them to see if they're normal links or
Right.
Or whatever. And then we got a flask, it looks like. Flask found between 2 tents. Okay. M25 and M26. So these were both found in camp, it looks like.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's the flask and the feline bone. Okay.
I need to check in there. I don't feel it sloshing at all.
No, I don't think there's anything in it. It's difficult for them to, like, because I mean, you have to remember these were originally designed, I think, to be mailed to people. So,
oh, that's true.
You know, stuff like that. And we did get the whole package mailed, so I feel like having liquid in there might.
Yeah, no, just double checking.
But
just double checking.
Mm-hmm.
So, pretty sturdy flask, actually. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. They always send some really clever things that you never knew you could use, kind of a thing. All right.
So
we got some evidence. Let's see what we got here.
And then, Chad, I've got I'm uploading all the documents now into the Discord as well. So please feel free to check that out. If you're watching this on YouTube, 1, thank you. But 2 is down in the description down below is the link to our Discord. All you have to do is join the Discord, accept the rules of the Discord, and that will open the rest of the Discord for you. And you will find a Hunt a Killer specific channel, and that's where you will find each episode separated out into a thread. You can find the current episode's thread and then be able to locate those items to kind of follow along as well.
So we've got Amy writing us a letter, and then we've got another weekly report from Nigel, it looks like. Oh, this is the first report. So this is like when it starts out. That's kind of cool. All right, so we get to see what he was writing at the beginning. Then we've got something else about, so Nigel got injured, it looks like. Okay.
So we got, so the Amy letter, the weekly report, the injury report.
Yeah. And then we got something else about Whitlock University and Miss Emma.
That looks like it says termination memo.
Oh, it sure does. Subject termination right there.
Okay.
Indeed. They used some fancy cardstock to terminate her, I'm going to tell you now.
Yeah, I thought it was odd. It was so thick. And then textbook.
Anyone who reads this and enjoys Kelly and Kelly, Keller and Keller.
Oh.
It's a playoff of the law company, Keller
and
Keller.
Yeah.
I'm betting you.
It's a page out of a textbook, so I'm wondering if that's like a publisher or something. Or...
Either that or like a law firm or something that published like a book or something like that.
Maybe,
like a lawyer who wrote a book. I'm just Kelly and Kelly. That has to be a playoff of Keller and Keller. It's awesome. But yeah, it definitely looks like a textbook with some handwriting on it. Some very tiny, pretty handwriting. And then also different colored ink, apparently. So that'll be fun. Oh, and then what was that? There's other stuff. All right, so we've got art receipt with more letters and stuff on the back.
Okay.
More codes. And then looks like we have a photo. Oh, okay, so it's like a photo of a specific area.
Okay.
So, oh, wow, wait, that looks like the night of the murder.
Okay.
Okay, that's different. All right.
We'll take a look at that.
Pretty cool.
I think there was, the message on the back said some about adding golden hour shot.
Yeah.
Okay over there?
I'm sorry. I was not yawning until the camera started. Now my yawns cannot stop, so I'm hoping they'll shake off in about 5 minutes. No, I just ate food, so my brain is going nap time.
Right.
All right. Sorry about that. Ooh, now I'm excited. So did you already get everything loaded into...
Got some vanilla Coke over here helping me. It's been a long couple of days at work for me, so...
true. Yeah.
All right, so if we want to go through Amy's letter, then that works for me.
Okay. Investigator, it's getting down to the wire, right? I don't know how investigations are supposed to go, but it seems like a huge step forward for you to already have another suspect out of the way. Michelle told me she's busy again, but I have the new desktop password. I went ahead and uploaded an audio file to Deviant Tracker. It's from a voice recorder, which I guess all the expedition members were supplied with. It's a little old school to me, but they're probably handy to take notes with out in the field. Anyway, 5 out of the 6 recorders were completely blank. 1 was loaded with audio, so I'm sending you the clip from the day of the murder. The voice on the file does sound like Lillian Walker's. I also uploaded a document titled Emails to my university account. It's a copy of an email chain that was printed out and filed away in Emma Clarkson's old personnel record. I might have gone into the admin office while no one was around and got a hold of it. Look, I just couldn't resist snooping around. I'm deep enough in this already at this point. I don't care about bending the rules a little. After all, I've been sending this stuff to you and Michelle without permission this whole time. Isn't it worth sharing some questionable emails to have a cold-blooded murder?
I mean, right?
I love her. Sorry, but not sorry. Anyway, maybe I'm getting off track, but I hope you can understand where I'm coming from. Did you ever feel like you're digging too far, or that suspicions are all baseless or all in your head? The people in charge seem to have all the answers, but I kept doubting and questioning the cold hard facts of Toby's death. I contacted Michelle because I sensed something was wrong, but I didn't know why or how. But then you helped me and showed me that I wasn't crazy after all. My point is, I'll do whatever it takes to help get this thing solved. In any case, I saw that there's a new version of the assignment text file on the desktop. It looks like Michelle wants you to eliminate another suspect from the lineup to keep the investigation moving. She seems to have faith that you know what you need to do. I'm right there with her.
So this is just kind of a quick reminder of like when we're looking at what she's talking about is that on the desktop there's the assignment text. So what it is just to kind of help remind us, about how to eliminate a suspect. So, you need the motive, the means, and the opportunity, right? So, did the suspect lack a motive or reason? Did the suspect lack the means or ability to commit it? Or did the suspect lack the opportunity to commit the murder?
So like somewhere else.
So they may have had a motive, but maybe they didn't have the physical ability to do it. They may have had an opportunity as well, but because maybe of whatever reason there's no way that mobility wise they could have done it, or whatever the case may be. Or any other combination. So it could be that they had a motive and a means, but not the opportunity. And so we're trying to, that'll come into play, I feel like, in episode 6 next time, which is that, because we'll be looking at the last 2, and so we're going to want to look at those 3 things of, we want to make sure that then they have all 3 of those. So we're kind of looking at that for a killer too. So when we're eliminating today, that's what Michelle in here is talking about on this. Just saying to eliminate the suspect and use the contact. It does say though that entitle the message with the full name of the suspect you're eliminating. If you think you can't rule someone out, title the message "Nothing Found," and per usual, I'll try to help out. So
okay.
So that's under the that Moon Summit case. Okay. So do we want to start with let's see, the weekly report?
Sure.
Okay. So this was on May 9th, 2018. So you said this is the first report that he sent. So this is an older report from the ones that we've been reading in previous episodes.
Yeah.
So it does say, to Douglas Plinkley, esteemed Board of Trustees, thank you for taking the time to review my humble report. In the coming months, I hope to provide you with an account of events so accurate you forget you aren't here in the Alaskan wilderness yourselves. Where to begin? We've been at camp now for almost 5 full days, and things are going well. The journey here began a bit more exciting than we would have hoped, but that is to be expected on a grand adventure such as this, is it not? After several long flights and one long drive, the team assembled, ready for our hike to our new home for the next 5 months. Each member of the team acclimated to the outdoors differently, but I think we'll all do well out here. The one member of our team, not from Whitlock, Russell, is proving himself to be a terrific guide. If not a bit strict and standoffish, unfortunately, not everyone has taken his instructions seriously. Lillian wanted to get footage right out of the gate, and she wasted no time putting Toby to work. The lad is eager to please and followed each of her instructions to the letter, including the one to crawl across the edge of a ravine to get a better establishing shot of the forest. Toby's foot slipped, and he took quite the tumble down the rocky face. It took Russell the better part of the next hour to fish him out. Luckily, the lad only suffered a few minor scrapes and a twisted ankle. Lillian did not react well to the situation, alternating between bouts of aggressively scolding Toby for being so careless and of silent scowling. In the end, we all made it to camp in one piece, and we have already started collecting biological samples. Conrad says none of them are from a ghost lynx, but I'm sure it's just a matter of time until I'm sending you all a report documenting the wild success of our endeavor. So obviously Nigel at the beginning of this had high hopes. I feel like that's different than the last one we read from Nigel. I feel like the last report that we read last episode, I mean, Nigel was not happy with Conrad whatsoever and felt like the whole thing, the whole mission was failing, or the whole expedition was failing because of Conrad and because of his leadership. And so definitely a turn of mentality.
You can definitely tell, like, the personalities start conflicting quite a bit more as it goes on.
Yeah.
I just love how he starts this off because it just screams suck up, because he's also employed at that university, so he's all like, esteemed board of trustees, thank you for reading this humble report. It's just like major suck up edge, which is hilarious to me.
Okay. And then let's see.
It's funny that he's so cocky about how successful their endeavor is going to be, and by the end he's going, this is never going to happen. We are never finding this thing ever.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is injury report. So this was on the 17th. So
not quite like
a little about what 12 days ahead of when Toby's death occurred.
Yeah.
So this is around 9:47 p.m. Looks like okay. So this is a report of a series of rather unfortunate circumstances. In the interest of full disclosure, I shall present the facts as I witnessed them before providing my own opinions on the matter. Okay. On the night of August 17th, there was a physical altercation between graduate student Toby Mendia and field researcher Emma Clarkson. Ooh. Tensions between the two had been running high ever since Toby had shared news that International Terrain was interested in featuring some of his photographs taken during the Whitlock Alaskan Ghost Lynx expedition. Emma was very vocal in her distaste for the commodification of nature. The two had been keeping their distance from each other until the evening of the incident. After dinner, Toby confronted Emma about her hostility toward his work. Toby attempted to convey his arguments, but was quickly drowned out by Emma's shouting. I attempted to de-escalate the situation by asking Emma. Oh wait, hold on. This is from that the drawing board thing. This is the argument from the what was it called? The storyboard.
Yeah, Lillian's storyboard.
Yeah. So I attempted to de-escalate the situation by asking if Emma would at least attempt to listen to Toby. In response, she struck him across the face. Toby fell to the ground, and Emma was separated from him. It's too soon to tell, but based on the swelling, Toby has likely suffered a black eye, as well as a few scrapes from falling. There were no other injuries. This rapid escalation of events seemed unusual. After further questioning, Toby revealed that someone had smuggled alcohol into the park. Toby refused to say who provided the contraband, and no one has owned up to being the purveyor either. I believe this whole mess to reflect a failure of the team as a whole. While I was the last to fail in my futile efforts to resolve the conflict, no other individuals took any actions to prevent this from happening. Russell walked to his tent as the conflict began. Lillian pulled out her camera to film the event, and Conrad simply sat and watched despite me imploring him to get involved. Furthermore, the discovery of alcohol is thoroughly disheartening. I believed my coworkers to all be upstanding individuals, but it seems not all of us share the same standard of professionalism. Witness name, Conrad Wildingham. Witness university. Okay, so, and then another witness name, Lillian Walker. Okay. So
are we saying that Toby had consumed the alcohol? Is that what this is
saying?
They
don't, no. Toby's just saying that, let's see.
It just says rapid escalation of events is unusual.
Toby revealed that someone had smuggled alcohol into the park.
So it's sounding like he was intoxicated or something, and that's why he felt braver to confront her or something.
Maybe, but he's not. Yeah, but there's nothing in here. He's just saying that, hey, somebody brought in alcohol. He's not saying that, hey, I drank alcohol. And he's not saying, hey, Emma was drinking alcohol. So...
Yeah. I don't know. It's just reading between the lines, like the way Nigel's talking. It's almost like he's accusing
Toby of drinking.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
like
or
he
Emma.
just says like,
He could be
or
accusing
true,
Emma.
yeah, like
Yeah.
because he just says this is out of the norm for them to collide like this. That they'd been really good at ignoring each other. So like that tells me that there had to be some component, and since they didn't mention the alcohol, I feel like that was the trigger. But like, yeah, who consumed it?
Right.
Who got it in? It's curious. Because yeah, that definitely is all over the website of the main site and all that stuff, and in the book there will be no consumption of that.
Yep. Okay, so next up we've got Office of the Dean from Whitlock University. So this is the termination paperwork from Whitlock University addressed to Emma Clarkson. This is who we were just talking about in the last piece of paper. They got in a fight with Toby. Okay, let's see. So this letter is an official notification following our discussion. So this was on March 16th, 2016, by the way, chat. So this letter is an official notification following our discussion today that your employment with Whitlock University is terminated, effective immediately. Prior to your most recent transgression, you received 2 disciplinary notices within the past 6 months concerning your professional misconduct. Each time you were given both a verbal and written warning, which included a notice that further action would be taken should you fail to correct your behavior. The first disciplinary notice regarded an argument with a Whitlock faculty member on November 3rd, 2015. You accused the faculty member of animal abuse and caused a disruptive scene. You were given a first warning and advised to act in a more professional manner. A discussion was later held with the faculty member, yourself, and a mediator from Human Resources to resolve the issue. The second disciplinary notice was due to your actions on January 28th, 2016, that resulted in one of our laboratory supply vendors severing ties with Whitlock. You sent back a shipment of dissection subjects with a strongly worded and offensive letter to the vendor. Due to this misconduct, the vendor chose to end our business relationship. You were given a second warning and suspended from work for 2 weeks. You were also informed that a third offense would result in termination. Your final misconduct, which occurred March 15th, 2016, involved an offensive and threatening public display during an unauthorized protest you held on campus. Your actions both halted the work of a costly construction project and damaged Whitlock's reputation with the public. For these reasons, you have been terminated from Whitlock University. Your university email, account, and ID have been deactivated. You are required to return all university property and equipment by the end of the week. Please contact the Human Resources Department with any questions. If you have a change of address, contact HR to ensure you receive all notices and documents. We wish you luck in your future endeavors. Sincerely, Dean Oliver Reynolds.
Interesting. Yeah.
So,
all right, where to next?
Let's see. We've got next up might be the receipt.
Complications and codes, it looks like.
Yeah. Oh no. Textbook. Sorry, textbook would be next. Yeah. So
the original on this one, I want to pull the original out because the original definitely had different coloring on the ink, which leads me to believe possibly 2 different handwriters. Kind of.
Okay. You said 2 different colors of ink?
Yeah, the backside had a different color ink. See?
Yep. I see. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So this is from a textbook. Habitat protections. So talking about Section 7 of the Endangered Species Act applies only to federal agencies and is the mechanism by which these agencies ensure their actions. No, this does not prohibit all federal action or projects, but rather modifies these activities to ensure minimal harm to a protected species. And somebody putting a note on the side saying minimum harm does not equal no harm.
That's got to be Emma, guaranteed.
That's my guess. Emma. That is absolutely my guess on that. Critical habitat designate, because you start looking, I'm already seeing it with the second line. Critical habitat designation requires no compliance from private or state-owned lands. Meaning, so there's no compliance required outside of federal people to follow the stuff that's regulated. So obviously she's underlining that because she's not happy about that either.
Okay, so basically the only ones that do have to comply are the federal protected areas. Okay.
The designation does not affect or change land ownership, does not allow the federal or state governments to take or control privately owned property, and does not establish a refuge, reserve, preserve, or other protected conservation area. So saying not enough, expand the national park or build a refuge for the, guessing ghost links, maybe?
Yeah, because she puts GL, yeah. Ghost links, yeah.
So talk to Conrad about signing a petition. Okay. Critical habitat designation is not required, so underlined with that. The listing of a species on the ESA, and the lack of a critical habitat designated does not affect the other protections offered to a species in the Act. So it looks like as of August 24, 2016, habitat designation was granted for 767 out of the 1,593 U.S. listed species. So she's indicating that that's less than half. We need to fight this. Good stat for petition. Habitats are evaluated on criteria that include the space a species needs for normal population and individual growth and normal behaviors. These criteria are weighed against economic factors, impact to national security, and other such determinants. Against humans' narcissistic self-interest, is what she put. Therefore, when the benefits of exclusion outweigh the benefits of inclusion, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service may find a critical habitat designation to be not prudent. And then BS. Call it BS on that.
She's making it sound like they just do it on a case-by-case basis, and it's only whether it's going to help them or hurt them they decide to do it or not. That's not really.
Why did I just now realize that? I mean, I know that NSFW means not safe for work, but USFWS made me think unsafe for work something.
Where are you seeing that? I don't even see that.
Third paragraph down under case study. It's actually U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services.
That's funny.
Yeah. So
that is funny.
Okay. So the unsafe for work services U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services made the determination by examining the bat's summer and winter habitats. Okay, so this is in regards to the northern long-eared bat, stating that the critical habitat for the threatened bat was not prudent, so they denied it. The species became threatened as a result of white noise syndrome, a fungal disease that affects cave and mine-dwelling bats. They made the determination by examining the bat's summer and winter habits across the United States. Their summer habitat includes forested areas that range from Maine to Georgia, reaching west as far as Oklahoma and northwest as far as Dakotas. In these spaces, the bats roost and raise their young. The critical designation of their summer habitat was deemed not prudent due to the large amount of space occupied and the lack of a critical threat to any part of this land. So she's saying deforestation, new developments, logging. So she's listing all these things of what would be direct threat or critical threats. Their winter habitat, consisting of mines and caves, is primarily used for hibernation. This is where the bats face the most threat from white noise syndrome. Right. Determine this critical habitat designation as equally not prudent, and according to the service, designating the habitat as critical would increase the chance of vandalism and disturbance to bats, and therefore put them further at risk by increasing the chances of the white noise syndrome spreading. And so then her putting this makes no sense.
By making people more aware, they're going to be more likely to cause trauma to the bat's environment.
Right.
That's funny.
Yeah. So since the discovery of this disease in New York State between 2006 and 2007, fungus has spread to 32 additional states and 5 Canadian provinces. This has resulted in the death of more than 5.7 million bats. So clearly what's She's saying clearly what's being done isn't working. Let's see. More proof we need to fight for critical habitat designation, for a ghost links, protests, petitions, whatever it takes. And then the word fight being highlighted by saying necessary, can't wait any longer.
We don't know who wrote that or if it's the same person, because the handwriting is very similar.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Okay. Okay.
No, I mean the G's different. The G's are different.
Yeah.
Let's see.
The T's are exactly the same.
Yeah.
Or the E's. Oh. No, the G's are pretty close, or at least the smaller ones are. In fight and longer, they're the same. Maybe she came back a different day with another pin.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, because like
most of them, the loop doesn't go past the line coming down, right? It just comes down and ends right at the loop. But that one, where it's longer, comes down and goes all the way over to the E.
True.
So that was the only reason.
Yeah, no, makes sense.
And also chats, this can be found in your textbooks under Animal Law, Chapter 14, page 195.
So basically, she's obsessive. We already knew that, though.
Yeah.
Passionate and obsessive.
So, okay.
I just don't understand why she's channeling her rage at Toby so much. Like, I mean, because he doesn't even have a picture of the ghost links. Like, that's the entire thing for me. That's so frustrating.
But she's
it doesn't exist yet, and they're fighting as if it's been like endangered.
So here's my thing. So she doesn't want him putting the photo out there.
Yeah.
But yet at the same time, she won't like any of the wildlife photos going out, right?
She doesn't want it to
because she doesn't want to bring attention to it.
She doesn't want it to have its environment destroyed and people coming in and invading space
trying to see it. But here's the thing. So if this was written by Emma, that thought process of what she's been doing during that is a complete 180 from what she underlined and put that this makes no sense.
What do you mean?
So in here, she's wanting to fight to bring attention to the ghost links and have it designated as a safe area. And have it be marked as the what was it specifically called? The critical habitat.
Yeah.
Right? Designation. Yeah. So, but in here she put, right? So somebody put about the bat saying, according to the services, designating the habitat as critical would increase the chance of vandalism and disturbance to bats. And she put, this makes no sense. So if we think this is Emma, then that would be a 180-degree difference from this to her saying, no, don't tell anybody about it, and don't show photos, and don't send photos to these national magazines, and don't do any of this because we don't want people coming in here and causing harm. Which is exactly what this is saying, is that if we designate it, it's going to attract attention and then cause harm.
Yeah. So that's super interesting. So I'm wondering if her and Rusty bonding over the time out there, if he helped her persuade differently, like so that it's like that's his place, right? That's his area he lives in and cares for. So like maybe he doesn't want a bunch of outsiders coming in. Maybe he's trying to teach her, how special their land is and why to fight to keep people off of it.
Yeah.
I'm just laughing. She's getting so worked up and they don't even have a photo of this freaking thing. That just makes me laugh a little bit.
So this is a starting May 4th, 2018. This receipt is the
which I'm going to assume is the day they arrived based on this. So, it says a few days on the ground, and this was dated the 9th. So yeah.
So the this is the 5-month permit.
Okay.
Now we did see that there is some kind of stuff off to or on the back of the receipt. So in the document, it's going to look like it's off to the right on the digital version and our printed version here. But the actual physical copy of that receipt is that it's on the back.
Case in point. Oh, crap. Fail. All right. Let's see if the code that took 10,000 years to break is going to work on this. I bet it's going to have a twist.
I don't
It's
know.
never that easy. There's always a twist.
Oh, okay, that's a B. I thought this was a 1 and a 3 when I first looked at it.
Okay.
When I took a quick glance.
I'm not optimistic, so we're going to see here. There's always a twist somehow with these. So first off, I'm curious what this is all about.
Yeah, where they started to write something and then crossed it out. Yeah.
Yeah, YXA. It looks like it says YXA31, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Y, what is Y? So A, U. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and not write on the original. I would be very upset if I wrote on the original. All right, let's try it again.
I don't know, right there.
So we're going to say,
I don't know.
Stop it! Focus! Focus!
Look, while you were doing that, I was looking at the photo, okay? So there's a photo chat. So Miss Strange is using a cipher from a couple episodes ago. Episode 3 that we did actually have to do a separate video on how to do that, so feel free to check that out
hard
as
to
well. That is in our Moon Summit playlist, so you can check that out. And if you're not sure how to solve it, it works.
It works.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be scrambled there for a minute when I was getting like ENA. I'm like, oh, it's going to be fun. Enact
plan. Okay,
all
so we've got. This first part here says enact plan.
Seriously, do go check out the video because it's very fascinating how we got this code. It was very difficult, but if you are a code breaking fan, you will love it because it was a hard one.
Apparently, Thunder. I just need to clean my glasses better.
U-C-Y.
Thunder, welcome in. Good to see you. Okay.
Y is A. Okay, Q. Sorry, I'm trying here.
Oh no, you're good. I'm curious about that scratched out one too.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure that one out too. Yeah. So can you actually read me the letters? Could you try that?
Q.
Yep.
Y.
Yep.
C.
Okay.
Y.
Yep.
Q.
Okay, now I'm ready. Yes.
W.
Okay.
F.
M. Okay.
U.
B. Okay.
And G.
Oh, catacombs.
Hmm.
Now I believe there's a catacombs that's beyond different than the
Is there catacombs somewhere that
I think there is in that map, or not map, but that little booklet they gave us in like the first or second episode that was like flaunting Moon Summit Park. I feel like there was a mentioning of a catacombs on there, but I don't remember where at on the map it was.
Okay.
This thing. Oh, of course I don't have the original. Go figure. All right. I don't know where I put the original.
Well, I mean, the original of this is up there.
Oh, is that what it was? Okay, yeah, catacombs right here.
It's on the back of that.
Number 10.
So...
Oh, map must be a different page.
Yeah.
Rookie mistake.
So, catacombs, number 10.
Oh, it's probably on that map. Yeah. I don't know where my handwriting is.
So it's all the way down on the south end.
Okay.
Kind of towards the middle.
So I'm wondering what they were thinking was down in that area. Or maybe she knew it existed and she had found it and she's trying to keep anyone else from finding it because she doesn't want it to get killed or damaged or extincted or something. I don't know. I'm theorizing. She's just awful hyped up for something that we don't even have proof exists yet.
Yeah.
I'm very still confused though. I can't find my map. I had a map. There it is. So where's that on the sucker?
The right side. Yeah, this is the right one.
Oh, it was number 10. Oh, I wrote catacombs. Oh, look at that. I'm so good.
Okay. So
that's closer to where the medallion was found, apparently. Like the medallion we were talking about. Okay, yeah, that's pretty far away.
Okay, so down here. Okay. So you said the Viking medallion was found here too?
Yeah, it was found where that little box is. It was found just to the south and west of that.
Okay.
So from the 10, it would be like 2 over and 1 up, if that helps. That's where the medallion was found.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it was like over here, and the catacombs are here.
So that's interesting. Enact plan. Okay, so first off, let's break this down.
Yeah, you guys can see that, right, chat? That's fine. You can see that.
So this code, from the best we can tell, was a Conrad code, was it not?
Correct.
This code was used in Conrad's dissertation from forever ago, and it was an old method.
Right.
And we don't know who he was using to communicate with. We're assuming Nigel, but we don't, or no, we're not assuming
Nigel.
Nigel
Didn't know what the code was.
Yeah.
So it was definitely not Nigel. But I mean, I guess maybe Emma.
Maybe, because what I'm thinking too, like
maybe he was communicating with Emma because of that. Well, let's see what this is. What is that?
Yeah,
so we've got
All right, let's do that one. Oh, failed.
What is that? A Y? Yeah,
that's what it looked like. Yeah. Somehow I've already lost my password sheet. So there it is. Okay. So you said it was Y. What else?
Do you have the receipt? Oh, it's probably
it was in here, so I didn't. It's in that. Yeah.
There it is. Okay. I was gonna see if I made
YXA and then some numbers, I believe.
Yeah. I was trying to see if that was a 31 but why would it have numbers? There wouldn't be numbers, right? But I don't know.
If it's referring to the map, it might be.
Maybe. Okay, so YXA.
August 31st. It's a date.
Okay.
August 31st. August 31. That's 2 days after Toby died. He died on the
Yeah. They scratched out that date, so I don't know.
So enact plan.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Question is, what plan? Was there a sabotage plan? Was there a kill Toby plan? Like, they just did it 2 days early?
Who knows at this point. Okay, so we've got a photograph as well.
Wait a second. Sorry, I just clicked. Look at all the writing. It's all capitalized. I'm pretty sure that's Conrad. I'm pretty sure in his first episode, he wrote his entire witness statement in caps. Only caps.
Okay.
I could be making this up. Forgive me if I am. But I swear I remember his being like literal all caps, thinking that was kind of weird. Because like it reminded me of Jordan from that other show we did where he like loved to write in just capital letters only.
Okay.
Yep, look at that. All capital letters.
Let's see. Ports.
I'm just checking a few of these out to see if they match.
There we go. Field interviews. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's something about his writing compared to everyone else's. I'm thinking it's interesting.
Lillian.
It's definitely the same person writing it both times, though, because both times the letters match each other. Like the Y's and the B's have the exact same flow.
Yeah.
Definitely the same person writing both of them. But that red pin's making me lean towards... That was Conrad writing on the...
Yeah, the B's are similar from this.
Yeah.
When you look at the B.
It just clicked in my head.
Yeah, so it's definitely Conrad's handwriting. I mean, I would agree that's Conrad's handwriting.
All right, so that helps us not just theorize, but know for sure it's Conrad. So it helps fit. Okay, so so enact plan on August 31st, but then he changed his mind on that and wasn't committing on paper to that. So that's interesting.
And then somebody writing catacombs.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, which to me, that's still Conrad. The writing is still, the Q is exact, so are the Y's.
Yeah, I think
the Y's come up another inch or so above the rest of the letters, but it's still all caps.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, okay, so the photo we have up next.
All right.
Here's your.
I was actually super nervous about that because I was worried it was going to get somehow more difficult. Like it was going to go in a different order. I was going to have to use the same chart to create something different. I was like, I don't want to do it.
Okay, so we've got a photograph of. After reading the back, I'm guessing this is golden hour, which is what it looks like. So golden hour is kind of this thing of when the sun's starting to set. It like if you are ever out and about. And the sun's starting to set, start paying attention to the way neon lights look and the way just the glow of everything starts looking around that time. There's about like an hour-ish to, depending on what time of year it is, you may get a little bit longer, a little bit shorter, of that effect. And so that's kind of what that is. I
need your military math skills. What's 21:48?
9:48 p.m. So
whoever's doing this is most likely here. Because I'm betting that and that don't match. That looks like a river.
Okay.
So they're probably here. And there's supposedly there's something over here. There was supposedly a falls. Yeah, 12. There's a falls right here. So I'm betting you this is taking up the falls over here, meaning they could not be over here killing Toby.
So I'm wondering if this is Lillian.
I'm thinking so too, because Golden Hour, she's the only one that used that term besides Toby.
Right, well, and she's also on the notes on here. It says, reminder, add Golden Hour footage to segment 3.
Oh yeah, that's definitely
so
Lillian then. Okay.
Talking about footage, talking about the segment, stuff like that. I would say that's Lillian.
Segment 3. I'm very curious what segment 3 was now. I'm not gonna lie. I just want to go back and just be nerdy.
Yeah.
While you're doing that part, I'm just curious.
I'm trying to remember what episode that was from.
I think it was from 2 no, it was 3. Because in 4 we got another chunk of it. So that's episode 4 there.
Yeah,
I didn't have any binder things this time around. I needed to make markers between each section. I never did.
Oh, we don't have. I didn't think we had it. Segment 3 and 3.
Is that what it was? We're missing it.
This is segment 2, draft 1.
Okay, and then we got another section. We got another section the following episode. I swore we did. It was just a much smaller version. Just can't remember what it was, but I do feel like we got her notes. I just don't know what in regards to what. Oh, here it is. It's this. 8:15 of 18. It's the shots thing. Oh, it's just about the different people. It's talking about them and like what they do and who they are. So it's not really a storyboard this time. Okay.
Is that the character notes? Yeah, that's the character notes.
Yeah. Okay. I just remember her drawing on it and stuff like that. Yeah.
That's right. Okay. So, let's see. So, yeah, definitely this photo would, the timeline is correct for on the 29th. That matches up with our time of death. So, up there. So, our time of death was between 9 p.m. and 10:15 p.m. So, this would put them directly in the middle of that time based on the timestamp of the photo.
And I think based on previous episodes, we had done the math based on like the mileage and I think it's at least a 20-minute to 40-minute kind of expedition. So it's not something you're going to cross that kind of ground in 5 minutes and kill and then be on the other side of the country.
And this, like you said, this photo looks like it would be of a waterfall area, but we'll see. We've also got this feline bone. Let's take a look at. I mean, it's an animal piece, so why don't we take a look at the animal notes from the book?
Yeah. Of course, the book's in the room. I gotta go grab it.
Okay.
I think
I might have the digital.
You're good. I mean, I definitely have the digital, or not digital, but paper copy. I just don't have the book. I left it in the other room in the box.
Yeah. Okay, wildlife guide. Let's look at this.
Well, we might have just rolled out Lillian. All right. I didn't see that being so easy. Suspicious that there's more to this, because that just seems too easy.
Yeah, I mean, we still got some more stuff along with an audio file that we need to check out, and
okay. Do we have another code break or not?
Thing too. I'm not sure if we do or not.
Okay.
So, hopefully. Not out of the stuff that we've looked at right now.
Okay.
So right now, let's look at
what was the wildlife guide thing that was on the website instead of the book? Wasn't there like a wildlife thing on the website, or was that just bear specific?
I'm not sure.
This Canada leaks. Right here.
Oh yeah. There we go. The interior Alaskan wolf animal, and then you got the grizzly bear. You got the Canada lynx. Oh, that's just the top jaw, the top piece, right? There's not a jawbone there?
There is. It's tiny, though. So if you see right here, there's a canine coming up and out.
Oh.
So based off of this on its own right here, I'm not super convinced.
So let's look at Canada lynx. Canada lynx has a dense, long, yellowish brown coat and a stubby tail with distinctive markings. Pooter, hello. It's going good. We're down to our last 3 suspects for the Moon Summit mysteries, and we're working to eliminate one of those 3 today. So, okay?
Yep, phone fell. Sorry. There we go. Okay. We're good. I just wanted to get it closed so I didn't make anyone sick. Table magically moving backwards. What the heck?
Right. So it looks like they differ from their close relative, the bobcat, in that they are slightly larger and have long hair on their lower cheeks that grows longer in the winter. Yeah, the rabbit did it. Yeah, exactly. So the funny thing is, the rabbit we have found had other ties into this episode. But let's see. So lynx are nocturnal carnivores who hunt around twilight for their main prey, the snowshoe hare. Their claws are completely retractable. It can grow to a length of around 1 inch. When lynx hunt as a team, they are 4 times more successful than when they hunt alone. And then that was from...
This was from the website that Amy had done the first episode.
Here we go. Animal identification. Okay. So... Did we have... Actually,
I'm laughing right now. I've noticed a flaw with this.
What?
It's just a pet peeve. This is just me being a medical person. There's no incisors. It's just a flat piece of plastic, which is really funny to me. So,
well, look, they wore their teeth down. Incisors. They needed dentures, okay?
They should have incisors right here, and it's just one flat molded piece of plastic, which is really funny.
No, it's supposed to be the incisors, I think.
Oh, it is. It's just they're not individually marked. Yeah, because those in a cat are like pinpoints. They're tiny.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm definitely believing that is what that's from, because all the other skulls were obviously massive. But we found out in Nigel's notes they found bones, but Conrad said none of them were ghost lynx bones. Remember?
Yeah. There you go, chat. Here's this, and we'll show. I'll show the other images too. So I think that matches pretty well to what we have over here.
I think this was found in the tent, wasn't it? In like the laboratory tent or something like that.
Yeah. Let me find. Here's the picture here. So of it. So I definitely think this is like, if you look here, chat, at this, I definitely say that matches. Didn't know what it's called. It was definitely the rabbit. The rabbit did it. Look, all right.
Mine, what pretty teeth you have. What? 26.
Why did I just draw a blank on what movie that was? I feel horrible right now.
Which one?
Monty Python.
Oh.
Right? Wasn't it Monty Python where they had that like jackalope or whatever? It was like a rabbit deer mixed or whatever that killed everybody.
Didn't it rip off the knight's legs? And all
exactly.
Or was that something else? I think that was like a demonic bunny.
Well, there was something else where the guy's legs and arms get cut off, and he's like, "It's just a flesh wound."
Okay.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember that.
Come back here and I will bite your legs off. Okay.
Just a flesh wound.
Mm-hmm. So I think that right there, chat, matches this right there. I think just looking at that matches quite well. I mean, if we had a way to measure,
we kind of do, but it was just this.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So my issue is, if that's really, is that inches or centimeters?
It'll be inches.
Because this was saying like 12, I thought, so it just feels too small.
No, 12.6 centimeters.
Oh, okay.
4.96 inches.
So that's still not going to match. Then. That's half the size.
Now, they did say that the ghost lynx was similar to the Canadian lynx. Mm-hmm. So if this doesn't match the size, maybe then it's saying
that they did find a ghost lynx at the very last second?
Maybe. So, I mean, it's definitely much smaller. So because let's see if we've got any specifics. It says total teeth 28, but canine tooth length is which was at the top. Yeah, these wouldn't be the canines, right? No.
Wait, hold on. The canines are the sharp, but those.
These are but these are the ones on the bottom. Aren't canines on the top?
Canines are both.
Oh, there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like, we technically have top and bottom ones.
I wonder if they're talking then about the if that would be the top or the bottom that they're referring to when it says canine tooth length. Because I feel like the bottom ones would be smaller than the top ones.
Oh, totally. Yes.
So if the top ones are 2 centimeters and the bottom ones are smaller than that, or is it saying that these are supposed to be 2 centimeters, which I don't think, which would be almost 3/4 of an inch? I don't think that's the bottom one.
No, I agree with you. Like the canine tooth length, they're talking about the top canines in that case, but technically, or at least in the cat and dog world, all 4 pokey teeth are technically canine teeth.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm just laughing because I'm pretty sure those seem a little smaller than even the cats I deal with. That is a tiny little jaw.
So I mean, this jaw is just over 2 inches in length, and I mean, that's all you need, right, Chet? You just, I mean, that's
hey, it's not the size.
This is average, right? This is average size, okay? No, so the right here you've got that, but like, so it's saying on here that the total length of the skull is 4.96.
Yeah.
So I would say that
because you can see where it stops. It goes right up under the arch.
So I would say right here.
Yeah.
So right here, right, saying that this is the end of that. That's like 3/4 of that, right? So, I mean, you're talking almost 5 inches in size there for that skull, and so you're talking 3/4 of that. I mean, there's no way that this is this is it.
That's what I was saying. It just felt tiny to me. Yeah.
So.
Because like a lynx is not a tiny animal. I mean, those things. It's like it isn't a lynx.
I mean,
a lynx is not a bobcat. I'm just getting
confused here. Yeah. So what I just went over was that.
Yeah.
So the lynx was actually is related, very closely related to the bobcat.
Okay.
But they're slightly larger than a bobcat.
Yep. So yeah, so like that, like this looks like a feline house cat or smaller.
Mm-hmm.
Like this is small.
Yeah.
I also found something else by accident.
Yeah. I was wondering when you were gonna find.
You already found it?
Well, it's in the pictures. So
I was so proud of myself.
I was waiting for the moment of you to discover it because I noticed you looked at it earlier, and I was waiting for you to see it.
No,
and then you never saw it, and you just put it right back in the bag, and I was like, okay.
I felt so proud, and it was in my hands the entire time via his notes. I never looked at. That's embarrassing. I'm gonna put that away now. Moving on. Oh, I was so excited. So you my face 5 minutes ago, and I was going, "Ooh, I felt so excited."
Right?
Nope.
But you did. I mean, you did.
I did. It's not nearly as fun though when you already knew about it. And it was literally in my packet.
You know what though? Like I cheat a little bit, right? Like I mean, even though like I don't go through and read all the documents and all that other stuff, but I mean at the same time, like when I'm taking pictures of the physical evidence, I got to make sure that I plan ahead so that we have the photo for everybody.
So we can officially say that was Conrad's flask. So that's fun. So you might have to do the next part without me. I got to step away for a second.
Okay.
If you want to continue with like the audio file and stuff like that, I'll catch up in a second.
Yeah.
That works. She's hovering quite a bit, so I'm gonna let her go potty real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Before she starts screaming bloody murder at us.
Right. Okay. So let me grab my headset too because we are gonna go. We'll listen to the audio real quick, chat, and see what we got. And, if you been watching any of our other videos, don't worry. I figured it out. I figured out what I made the mistake of in episode, I think it was 3. So I fixed it. Okay, look. I mean, what? No, I'm totally not a streamer that ever makes mistakes. Yeah. Okay. So... we've got the flask as well, so that's what Mr. Strange was just looking at. But this was, it looks like CW would mean that this flask belonged to Conrad. Now, this is, I think, tied to a little bit ago. We were reading an incident report from Nigel. Let's see. There we go. This is the injury report from Nigel. So in here, right? Yeah, it was the Bears flask. No, so it turns out it apparently is the leader of the group's flask, which says something because he's supposed to be leading this expedition and be in charge of everybody, but yeah, he's the one violating the rules. And so it says that in that what we talked about a little bit ago was that Toby and Emma got into a fight, right? And that and then down below, Nigel mentions that after further questioning, that Toby revealed that someone had smuggled alcohol into the park. That Toby refused to say who provided the contraband, and no one has owned up to being the purveyor either. I believe this whole mess to reflect a failure of the team as a whole. Now, it does say in here that basically nobody acted to try to separate the two of these, Toby and Emma. And it says that Conrad simply sat and watched, despite Nigel trying to implore him to get involved and help in the situation. So this is very interesting now that then we see this and we hear that there was this fight and there was contraband brought in, and yet there was a flask found that has CW on the bottom, which would be Conrad Wildingham. Yeah. I mean, so that's an interesting little thing there. Okay, so let's look at we have an audio file, an audio transcript. So let me get this audio file opened up. We are going to pause the music here real quick that we've got on the live stream. Boom, audio. Okay. I don't know what this one down here at the bottom is supposed to do. Nothing's really labeled, but we'll take a listen.
August 29th, 9 something p.m. voiceover test. There's 1 month left in the expedition. No, let me try it this way. More dramatic. There's 1 month left in the expedition and tensions are running higher than ever.
Okay, so... Oh!
Tensions are mounting?
It's the background. Okay. So this is just her talking.
Something p.m. voiceover test. There's 1 month left in the expedition. No, let me try it this way. More dramatic. There's 1 month left in the expedition and tensions are running higher than ever. Tensions are skyrocketing. Tensions are mounting? There's 1 month left in the expedition and tensions are at their highest peak.
Sounds like she's trying to work some stuff out.
The conflict seems to come from a division in ideology. On one hand, there are... whoa.
Sounds like she fell.
I shouldn't do this while hiking. Note to self, work on voiceover first thing in the morning, move filming to the afternoon. Okay, here we go. Barely made it in time.
Okay. So let's take a listen again, but we're going to listen to... we're going to increase the background noise and decrease her talking.
August 29th. Voiceover test. There's 1 month left in the expedition. There's 1 month left in the expedition.
Yeah, maybe water. First, that almost sounded like a road or something, but yeah, I think water.
It sounds like a falls or something.
She's getting closer and closer to it.
Oh yeah, because it's definitely getting louder. Yep. Yeah, I think she's walking towards the falls.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds very pretty.
Okay, that was right where she fell. A little bit before that point. And then she says, made it just in time. So I'm betting she's talking about the photo. Yeah, the golden hour shot. Yeah, she's right next to the water.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's cool.
So,
August 29th, 9...
Yeah, so she's walking along right next to the water somewhere and getting closer and closer
to that whole trail kind of runs. The one from camp, it takes you around, and you have to kind of circle. It takes you along that river, though.
Yeah. What was this one?
Frostbank Trail. It's a trail.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean, she could have taken that one instead. It's just...
No, I was just trying to figure out what the site, what the number was.
Yeah. I'm just curious. We haven't heard a lot about the catacombs, so I'm just really curious what Conrad meant by that. Like,
oh, wait, hold on. Down here, falls.
Yeah, I showed you that earlier.
Oh, okay. Sorry, when you were saying that, I thought you pointed up here for water. Yeah, so the falls down there. So that's probably where she went then.
Which was the trail I was telling you about.
Yeah, sorry, it was because earlier I thought you were talking about when you were talking about the water, that she was up here somewhere. So yeah,
When
so
I was talking
falls,
about
so
the
down to
photo,
number
I said
12.
it was linear, so it'd be this instead of that body of water.
Oh, correct.
Yeah, that's what I was
So,
talking
and we've got the falls as well, which there isn't over here. We don't have like waterfalls labeled on the map anyway.
Yeah.
So
It's just a lake. It's a still body of water. Yeah.
So we've got the river or the waterfall area is down in that south east corner. Let's take a look at the transcript real quick. See if there's anything else. So footsteps on grass, birds chirping, rushing water in the distance. August 29th, 9 something p.m. Voiceover test. There's 1 month left in the expedition. She's going through basically some different stuff of trying to figure it out. So it says conflict seems to come from a division in ideology. On the one hand, there are, and then this is where she fell, the oh whoa, and stumbling footsteps on the rock. Okay. Note to self, work on voiceover first thing in the morning and filming in the afternoon. And then footsteps on the grass, loud rushing water, and then her saying, okay, here we go, barely made it in time. So if she barely made that in time, and she probably started heading that direction after they got done eating.
After 9.
So it would have taken her then, if the photo is, I'm guessing hers then, that would have taken her 48 minutes to get to that point, or 45-ish minutes. There's no way that she would have been able to make it all the way to the other side of the map.
Yeah, well, we already knew that the camp over to Echo Cavern was a 40-minute walk, 20-minute run.
So there's no way. There's no
So-
way she would have been able to go over,
No.
kill Toby,
No.
make it all the way to the falls for an alibi,
No,
and then
yeah.
all the way back to camp in time.
The only thing I could think of, which, because she has the voice recording, it wouldn't really work, was if she had falsely dated her camera to a different date.
Yeah.
But other than that, I can't. And I feel like with the water in the background, it's pretty clear that's a strong alibi. She
Yeah.
didn't have the opportunity to do it to him.
I agree.
You
So we
happy
do
now?
have the last part that we have is an email. This came from the desktop site. So let me get the transcript and these emails. I'll throw these into the Discord as well.
Oh, more about Doug Flinkley. This looks like stuff right from the start of the expedition. This is all from like the 15th of March. So that's interesting. Actually, no, this is before the expedition. Didn't the expedition start in May?
What was this thing called? Okay, how do I...
Oh, course of action for Emma. She's getting herself fired.
Okay, so this was from Deviant, Tracker, and the university.
Website. Oh, yeah.
Okay, there we go. So there's that. And then we've got... Okay. So now we've got, so course of action for Emma Clarkson. So this is to Douglas Plinkley and Conrad Wildingham, along with Amanda Young being copied as well. I'm trying to remember who Amanda Young was.
Amanda Young was the woman who put out the letter regarding the expedition, and it was tragedy and blah blah blah.
That's right.
For Toby and blah 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 blah.
Yeah. It was the so Conrad or Douglas Plinkley, I think, is on the board,
That sounds correct. 'Cause that's who's
and then Amanda Young is the like president or whatever, right?
That sounds accurate. Yeah.
Okay.
Here it is. Press release.
Okay.
Or, wait, no, she had an actual thing that she put out that she signed. I thought.
Yeah, because I recognize the name right away.
Yeah.
So I mean, there was definitely
She
something.
definitely signed something, Amanda Young.
I don't know. Maybe anybody that's watching and or can remember and throw it in the comments down below and let us know, or in the chat. And let us
Yeah.
know.
Definitely a
let's see.
Whitlock University document at some point.
Okay, so good afternoon. The events of this morning require immediate
There's-
action. This is not the first time Miss Clarkson has caused a disruption on campus. Whitlock has always been a bastion of free speech and peaceful protest. But enough is enough. Miss Clarkson is becoming a danger to herself and the community at large, and the university must respond quickly to ensure no students are harmed and if events keep escalating like this. Sincerely, Oliver Reynolds. This is then Blinkley sending two back, I guess, and responding back. So, are you sure you're not being a tad oversensitive, Ollie? Personally, I'd be flattered to have someone parade such a convincing likeness of me around campus. This is anything but personal. I simply have the best interests of Whitlock and its students in mind. I would appreciate everyone treating this matter seriously. My apologies. Just trying to lighten the mood. All right. Conrad, what's your opinion on the matter? You've worked with Miss Clarkson the most. So, Conrad putting in, I've worked with Emma for a number of years now. While her passion for the subject matter is admirable, she has been problematic from the start. She struggles to set her personal feelings aside to the detriment of herself, her work, and her colleagues. I fear her presence is a liability for the university. And then Douglas responding back, you're not suggesting we fire her over this, are you? And Conrad actually saying, yes, I am. This is her second offense this semester and third in the last year. I think the department as a whole will operate more smoothly without her presence. It is in everyone's best interest if Whitlock and Emma part ways. Oliver saying, I agree with Conrad. I set up a meeting with Miss Clarkson, notify HR, and begin drafting the necessary paperwork. So Conrad was the reason she got fired.
Dang.
Yeah. But didn't
That's
he ask
weird.
for her for the expedition?
That's why I'm so confused.
Yeah.
Unless she and him were going to pull over this whole coup and create an animal that didn't exist, which is why they didn't want Toby publishing it all. What if, because they couldn't make it work and they didn't want to ruin Whitlock's name, they were going to fake the animal?
I don't know.
What if they were going to, like, do something to try to make people believe it existed, but not want to get people to come see it?
Right.
I don't know. That's awful shifty, because, yeah, like, she speaks so highly of Conrad, I'm a little bewildered at the moment.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if she knows about this.
Right, no, yeah.
She probably doesn't know about this at all.
Probably not, but
Period.
still, like, why would he, if she's that big of a liability, why would he let her near his expedition, period?
Yeah. Okay.
Unless she blackmailed him because she knew about his drinking.
Right.
That's the only thing I can think of. Like, if
Very
they worked
possible.
together enough, she may have used her knowledge against him, of him drinking, to get on this expedition. I'm very perplexed by this. That's odd. I wasn't expecting that. No wonder Oliver's so touchy. She was making fun of him.
All right, so let me. So I think we've got a pretty good, solid alibi for Lillian, right?
I think we do.
Okay. All right, so it's Lillian.
Lian, I think, yeah.
Okay, and then what was the last name? Walker.
Walker, yeah. Like it sounds.
Yep.
Not like the Ranger.
So we are going to.
Yeah, during her time at Whitlock, she was mentored by Conrad, which is why he demanded to have her back for this expedition. She's had extensive field experience and currently works as a whitewater rafting instructor in Colorado. Her expedition responsibilities will include collecting, analyzing, organizing all samples, tracking animal movements, and setting up humane traps. I bet you he wanted her so they could fake this. I'm betting you anything. Yeah. She's going to be the one handling all the specimens.
I thought, what's his name was the one set, or was supposed to be setting up the traps.
It just says tracking animals. It includes collecting, analyzing, organizing samples, tracking animal movements, and setting up humane traps. Oh, that's interesting, yeah.
Yeah, I thought the
That's
tour
his
guide
job.
dude's
Yeah.
job was to set up humane traps. But I don't know.
It says he was the aid in setting them up and checking of them.
Oh, okay.
And
That
provide
makes sense.
extra first aid.
All right, so I'm going to, did I get everything spelled correctly? Lillian?
Yes,
Okay.
yes, you did.
All right, so I'm going to hit that send. Inbox. Okay, let me get a screenshot of this chat because I think we are good. Okay. Okay, I'm getting that put into the Discord as well. Again, spoiler warning. Okay. So there's that, and then let me get that opened up so that we can take a look on stream what it says.
She distinctly mentions in this little mini fight with Toby and Emma that there were petri dishes that spilled on the ground, including their contents spilled.
Hmm.
Or at least that's what she's trying to decide or design.
Okay. So this is the message back from Michelle Gray saying, I believe you came to the right conclusion. Lillian Walker can be eliminated as a suspect. In her field interview, she was rather vague about her whereabouts on the night Toby died. She said she went to a scenic spot to take footage, but didn't specify the location. Not only that, but her penchant for manipulation seemed to be a viable motive. Toby's death might give her film that added drama she was striving for. However, the evidence Amy found this time supports her alibi and places her far from the scene of the murder. The scenic photograph has Lillian's handwriting on the back, implying it was taken by her. It was taken at 9:48 p.m. and features a waterfall in the background. The only waterfall in the region is High Ground Falls, located in the southeast. Echo Cavern, where Toby was killed, is in the far west of the region. Given the time frame of when Toby died and how long it takes to travel, Lillian couldn't have been around Echo Cavern in time to commit the murder and be captured on the Tall Pines trail cam at 10:15 p.m. The audio file recorded on the date of the murder also supports her whereabouts. During her hike, there's a faint sound of water rushing in the background. Thankfully, this sound could be amplified in Deviant Tracker. It's indeed the sound of High Ground Falls. This piece of evidence helps to strengthen her alibi further. And besides, I think our remaining two suspects could be hiding even stronger motives. Surely there are still more things to uncover about this murder. Next time, I'll be giving you your last assignment of the investigation. I'm sure you know what that means. You've done an outstanding job thus far, and I don't doubt you'll bring this mystery to a close. Michelle Gray, private investigator. So, okay. Let me check. I don't think we missed anything. I think this episode went really well, that we did a great job on it all. I mean, looking at the Moon Summit Mystery Episode 5 hints to see if we did manage to miss something major, I don't think we did. The only thing it says about the feline bone is to compare this item with information found in the animal identification chart, which we already did.
We're suspicious it's not a Canadian lake, so that's all we know.
Yeah. The flask, it says note the engraving found somewhere on the flask. We did. Which is very... So that... We believe then that Conrad was the one that brought the alcohol in and smuggled it in.
Up, yeah.
Yeah, so... the receipt, coded message, we got that solved as well. Photograph, that's exactly, we used that to confirm. And Deviant Tracker, we're able to isolate parts of the audio, and the background audio provided hint of the location of the person's recording. So we got 100%, I think, on all of that. We did a great job this time, I feel like, chat. You guys did a fantastic job. Thank you so much. And hopefully y'all watching this on YouTube will be able to join us next time. As of right now, we're looking at a couple weeks from now as well for that. So just pay attention in Discord, pay attention on Twitter, and for when we're going to be filming the next episode live. So, all right. Well, I hope you all have a fantastic time, and stay safe and stay strange. See you next time.